Welcome to the Course Creators Circle podcast, where we talk all things course creation with your host, ideas strategist, and Thinkific approved expert, Linda Reed-Enever. The Course Creators Circle podcast is home to Linda's top tips, along with interviews with experts and course creators just like you. Get ready for practical tips you can implement in your course creation journey with your host, Linda Reed-Enever.
As a course creator, one of the most frustrating things that can happen in your course creation journey is to have created a course, to be feeling like you're marketing it, and then find out that your course is not selling. So in this episode of the Course Creator Circle podcast, we're going to tackle just that, the reasons that your course may not be selling. Okay. And please don't feel bad. If you are going through this journey and you're listening to this podcast, you're already showing that you're taking proactive steps to make sure your course can sell. So by the end of the podcast, we'll hopefully have a couple of reasons and a couple of areas for you to investigate why your course is not selling. The first one is that you haven't actually marketed your course enough. If people don't know about your course, they can't buy it. Now, you are going to be sick of marketing your course well before your potential audience all knows about your course. So trust me, you need to keep keep promoting your course and sharing it regularly. So some of the ways that you can make sure that you're doing that is to tap into evergreen marketing strategies and making sure that you have got your course in your promotional strategies. Now, I use a tool in-house here called Reed-Enever, and that means that when we create a course, we write a series of promotional posts, we record a series of videos that will market our course. We have a category that goes out for courses that is regularly going out to our socials so that as we gain new followers, as we gain new engaged people, it's continually sharing with our target audience. And that is one of the ways that you don't get sick of it. And that helps me not get sick of marketing my course. And it means that I am continuing to use the channels. The other things that I do is I do pop in a regular review of our courses to make sure our marketing is working inside that space. And then we are marketing them. And for whatever reason, we didn't glitch and delete those videos and those posts out of our systems because trust me, it's been done before. And if we can do it, you definitely can as well. We also then in marketing our course need to make sure that we're actually using a variety of channels to do that. Now, marketing our course quite often is uncomfortable because we need to use channels where our target market is hanging out and they may not be the channels that we are most comfortable with. You might be teaching people how to deal with stress, for example, and you're trying to get them off social media. So the last thing you want to be doing is teaching them on social media how to manage their stress. But the thing is we need to appear where our audience is and where our people are going to be. And you may love LinkedIn, but your audience is nowhere near LinkedIn. So you've got to look at what social channels and where your audience are so that you are marketing your course effectively and you're marketing it enough. The other places that I suggest that you include your course to make sure you're marketing enough is in your newsletter. Have a regular section for courses. I had forgotten that earlier this year as I created new templates for our newsletter list. They're now back there, but we'd taken the section away for courses of our newsletter. So make sure that it is there and make sure you've got these checks in place to check up on your marketing for your course and that you're regularly doing it. The other suggestion I have about marketing your course is when you're creating a course, look at some podcasts where you can be a guest and actually line yourself up to be a guest on a number of podcasts for that topic so that you can promote your course that way, but you're also talking and you're getting more snippets and more engagement. And if you can look at guest speaking opportunities, it's also a big one. 80% of the job of course creation is about continually to market it, especially if it's an evergreen course. We need to be out there sharing it, marketing it on a regular basis. And as I said at the start, trust me, you are going to be sick of marketing your course before all your potential audience have seen it. The other one is that your course isn't solving the problem that people are willing to pay to have solved. As harsh as that sounds, quite often we create a course based on what we think our audience needs rather than what they want, okay? And that's a hard journey to handle. And we need to be able to get people to pay for the course. So we have to deliver what they want. Now, sometimes what they want might be too early or too late in the stage. So we need to incorporate that in our lessons. And if you need to know a little bit more about that, go back and do XYZ course, which is obviously the course that they needed, not the course that they wanted. But we need to market to them where they're prepared to pay. And that is the course that they want. So we also want to make sure that when we're creating this course, we have the target audience or we're building the target audience along the way. Because if we don't have the target audience and we're not giving them what they want, as well as what they need, then we're unlikely to attract their credit cards to pay for the course and to get them engaging with what they want, and then to understand the other learnings that they might need along the way to help them get the results that they want. The other thing that I see course creators do quite often is they haven't actually communicated the value in the course. If they can't see the value, they're not going to be willing to pay for it. So make sure you're clearly communicating the benefits of your course and demonstrating how it can achieve your end goal. Two simple things that I see people leave off in this is what's included in the course, and then by the end of the course. And you can even say who your course is for and who it's not for to communicate the value. But if you can give people a checklist that runs through a series of ticks that cover what they will know by the end of the course, it's a really good summary that communicates the value of the course. You know what your course is about, but do not assume when you're writing your copy and your landing pages that your potential people will. So you want to make sure you communicate your value of your course and also communicating the value of you as an instructor. So use your instructor bios and make sure that you're tapping into that, because we can assume that our market knows us, but there will be people on the internet that are trying to find us or being recommended by friends that won't know us. And our value as an instructor and a teacher needs to be communicated in that bio. Now, the next reason that your course may not be selling is something that course creators struggle with everywhere, and that's incorrect pricing. And it can be one of two ways. You can be too high or too low. If you're too low and people are going, hang on, what are they going to upsell me to? They feel like they're in a spammy cycle. If you're too high, they're not seeing the return on investment through the communication. So you need to find that price point that communicates value and gives you a return for investment. 90% of the time, the reasons I see courses not selling is because they've been priced too low, and people are seriously questioning whether they're actually going to get value and whether it's worth their time. Number 5 is we're targeting the wrong audience. Sometimes we're marketing our course to the wrong people. If we're marketing our course to the right people, we normally get conversions. But if we are going too wide, or our target audience isn't interested in the topic, or they don't have a need, then we're going to be wasting our marketing opportunities. And that especially comes into place with ads. We want to make sure that our ads are highly targeted to our people. Competition is another reason that courses may not sell, but that just means we need to up our game and be visible and follow where those competitors are and make sure that we are providing what our unique value is. Because just because someone out there is teaching it doesn't mean the course is not going to sell. It actually proves that there is a target market for that course. It just means that we have to up our visibility, make sure that we're sharing our posts, make sure that we're creating content that supports and leads through to our course, because we know there's a market for it when we have competition. Technical issues can happen. Sometimes the buttons aren't working on your checkout, those sorts of things. So check your technical side of things to whether your course is not working. If you've got a live course or a live program, timing also comes down to an issue. So if the course is not well timed for the current market, then they may be not opting in and buying. Poor sales copy does happen. It's part of what we do here at the Course Creators Circle. We review landing pages and copy. We're happy to have a look at that for you, but you maybe haven't communicated that value. So making sure that your sales copy is working. Now, not every piece of sales copy is ever going to be perfect, but making sure that you communicate what's in the course, what value they're going to have, spelling errors, and those sorts of things so that you can really engage with your people is really huge. And then finally, within our course creation journey is we might have given up. Okay, quite often when it comes to marketing our course and we're not seeing sales is we've actually given up, so we've stopped the marketing journey. That's the last thing we want to do as a course creator and sharing our knowledge out there. We want to make sure that we're sharing our course in front of people. We don't want to give up throughout that process. It takes time to build relationships and create sales. If you're having trouble selling your course, carefully consider the options that we've covered in this podcast, but do reach out for help. That's what the Course Creators Circle membership is there for, to come and ask questions, find different ways to sell your course, do all of those sorts of things as well. Ask for help. Get feedback from the right people. And I mean this lovingly to all family and friends. They aren't your target market for your course. Get feedback from people who are in there creating courses, building courses, and your target market along the way. And just do a double check on yourself. Because quite often the reason we haven't sold something is because we've forgotten to market it. So if we can up our marketing levels, we can go and answer people's questions, we can have a good content trail that leads to our course, where chances are we're increasing our opportunities. And then finally, guys, breathe. Allow yourself time, because quite often I see people coming and panicking in the first 24 to 48 hours that their course is not selling. So if you haven't given it enough time, then those sales aren't going to be coming in. Give yourself time to build the audience. Give the audience time to get to know you and give yourself time to build that credibility. Until next time, thank you for listening to the Course Creators Circle podcast. If you've got any questions, pop them below. We'll happily try and answer them for you. And happy course selling. I hope the journey changes for you from here and you're creating lots of sales.
Thank you for listening to the Course Creators Circle podcast. Don't forget to check out the full range of resources available for course creators at www.thecoursecreatorscircle.com.au.